What's up everyone, welcome back to SAINZFAB and welcome back to another workshop video. This time we are putting a winch in the ceiling so we can lift the shell off the rascal. I've got James to give me a hand here. Neither of us know what we're doing, but there's going to be a lot of heavy lifting and his arms are bigger than mine, so I'm getting him to help me. Let's show you the bits that we got to put up in the roof. And this is the kit that we're going to be using. We'll start with the winch. That is a Tino. I don't know the brand, it's very foreign. All the instructions are in foreign, but it says it's rated to about 400 kilograms if you double up the cable, which is what we're gonna do. It's got a switch box here with an emergency stop. Really nice that they supplied me with absolutely miles of cable because yeah, I'm gonna be hanging from the ceiling while operating it. Clearly not. I've got some 4-core for the switch and 3-core for the electricals. There's a couple of fitting brackets. There's an instruction manual that's completely in foreign. And then we've got this curtain side. This is off a truck. They're usually rated to like 250 kilograms for the entire span of the truck. So for the span that I've got, I'm hoping it's going to be okay. I guess we'll find out the hard way. To the other edge.
Okay.
Let's see.
So there.
7 foot.
So.
Right. Ah, that was my crotch.
Woo! Which is 69 inches.
So that's about there.
There am I.
Don't forget, if you're drilling, you need your SAINZFAB drilling lube. Available on the SAINZFAB website.
69.
69 again. Ugh.
We've been 69 in all afternoon.
Yeah, this is going to be really stupid, isn't it?
Oh, that's what you're trying to do. Yeah.
Is that on or is that sketchy?
That's sketchy as hell.
It's like only just on. It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think I can. Oh, I can.
Good Lord.
That's better. Are we happy with that?
Happy's a word.
Happy is one of the words that could potentially be used. So it was 69, wasn't it?
69.
Dude. Right, let's drill that.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Ah! Oh, God.
You bleeding?
I don't know. It really hurts. Oh, look at that. No. I'm not doing that again. Oh, that was bad.
You've seen a bit more than you might like.
It's funny, no one else usually complains.
How long am I going to have to stand here like this?
Until tomorrow. There you go. Right, that is on, so that should.
Got it?
Yep, you just let go of it and hopefully it's not going to fall out the roof. 69 is there.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh! Whoa!
I'm safe.
Good. I'll need that back.
Can I have my spanner back, please?
There we go. That is on.
Woo!
So the beam that we've attached to the ceiling is only on with 1 bolt, and I don't think that's going to be enough. So I've got some of these U-clamps. The plan is to send that around the back of the bolt through the ceiling, and then it's spreading the load between 3 bolts instead of 1. We'll get these up next. Let's drill some holes. Ah, straight in.
Nice. That's one to write. No, don't write to your parents about that.
That is on.
Nice.
Good job. Just the bolt holes are so snug. I reckon that's going to be strong enough, don't you?
Yeah.
That is not going anywhere. That was a great start. The beam's now in the roof. Thank you very much to James for giving me a hand there. Sadly, he's had to go back to the real world and not carry on with internet dickery, so I'm on my own for a little bit until I find another trained monkey to come and give me a hand. And I'm going to use that time to work out the electrics. Now, this is clearly pointless. I can't be hanging from the ceiling to be able to press these switches. And if I could, then I'd need the crane to get up there, so it kind of makes things a bit tricky. So let's take the top off of this and work out how we're going to make the cable longer. Oh, let's have a look at this together. This one here is the power lead, and that's coming in here, annoyingly with different colours to UK wiring, but I'm going to presume that they're similar. I've got a green and yellow, which is probably going to be the earth, and the blue, which is probably going to be the neutral. So I'll take the red as the brown, and we'll see how far we get. I don't like that. That's a bit shit. See what I can do about that while I'm in here. Anyway, what else? Capacitor. This is the cable for the switch, and that has 4 cables coming into it. One is tying into, where is it? Got the earth. There's the neutral. That's tying straight back into the switch on this yellow. And then one of these is going over here to this little control box business. I think that is, yeah, that is the cut-off switch for if it goes too high. So we'll disconnect the power first, swap it out for the longer lead because that one is going to be color appropriate. Let's do that. We'll start by disconnecting the power lead. So this is the earth point for the main earth coming in, and that is going through this plastic housing and straight into the metalwork here. We'll put that screw to one side. The live lead, which I'm going to presume is this red one instead of brown, that is going into this chocolate box. And then the neutral lead is going straight to the switch. And I'll leave that one semi-connected like that until I know what colour's going into it. Let's take this out. Right, that was a little more effort than I needed it to be. This connection here, the cable that I've got is slightly thicker than the one coming out, so I had to wind a drill bit through the back of this connector just to open out the hole to make it big enough. Let's connect these 3 cables back in. We've got this one here, and that replaces the red. And that is going to go into the block here. Now the earth lead, that needed to go to here. Good. Right, now this blue one will stick on there. Let's do that with a Wago. Excellent. All right, let's look at the other one. To sort out the wiring for the switch, I needed a 4-core wire rather than a 3-core, so I picked this up. It's a little bit of a shame that it's in a white covering, but it's all they had. I've got it now, it doesn't matter. We've got to choose which color wires we're going to use for the switch, so they match up at the other end. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave a little guide on the wall here where I can't lose it. So for the white, I'm going to use the grey. For the yellow, I'll use the yellow. For the black, obviously the black, which leaves the brown for the green. Let's get that wired into the switch. Yellow into the Wago, black into black, the white was the grey, and then the last one is the brown, which is now the green, and that's on a spade connector. And there we go, that is rewired and ready to go. But I think I just want to re-insulate those because I'm not happy. Let's do that quick. That'll do. Heat shrinked on. Much better. Let's put this back together. Think about getting it on the roof. Now the next thing I need to do is get that crane onto that beam we fitted earlier, but it's not as easy as it was last time, because last time I moved this car and I put the ladder against the purlin and I could reach the bolts absolutely fine. But that's not the case with this crane, because it's got to go in between on that beam, so I've got nowhere to lean the ladder. I've got a plan. It's a little bit sketchy, but what's the worst that can happen, right? This is stupid. How's the other wheel doing? Oh yeah, we're all right. Oh, look at that. Sketchy? What do you mean sketchy? You're sketchy.
So wind them up a few more turns.
I have to get the spanner.
We already know you're accident prone.
Yeah. You look impressed.
Oh, yeah.
Well, look at that. That's awesome, isn't it? That's proper up there. I got no complaints here. I might move it a little further to the other end because I want to distribute the weight a little bit more evenly, but I can't do that because everything's in the way. Don't know how I'll deal with that yet. Maybe I'll just see how it is. Anyway, let's have a look at this wiring. Now, the cabling is all this down here, and I need to get it over to the main beam and then over to the wall, and then I think down that wall, under the mez, and down to the switch gear. Let's do this with a couple of zip ties. Bit of slack here. Now there's an accident waiting to happen. I nearly pulled the reel of cable off, and right below it is glass. Let's sort that out. It's sketchy is my lucky word today. Oh, there we go. Nice. Right. How do we get over there? How do we get over there? Getting closer now. We need to attach the cables. Now that we come across, we need to go on this purlin back to the wall. And I'm going to be doing that by using these sticky back zip tie clips. Now I use these predominantly for my guitar pedal board to hide all the wiring and tidy it up all back. This is a picture. And I'm going to use those to stick on the inside of the beam and then zip tie to them. And hopefully that's going to hold it secure. Now it's getting even more sketchy now because the ladder over there is going from the floor up to the side because it's the only way that I can get close enough to the beam. So we'll see how that works out. I'm gonna die. I need them up here. So let's put a zip tie around that bit and then stick it to the wall. Here's the cable coming from the top, and I've put on these sticky pads on the zip ties, a couple down like that. Excellent. Right, how do I get over here? Ah, you tit! Sorted. Let's go around the mez. I've chosen to put the cables on a different beam. This one is the lights. This one will be the winch. I think if I ever have to do any work to it at another time, it saves a bit of confusion. Last thing I've got to do is the electrics, and we're going to start with the switch. Now this 4-core wire, conveniently, I've got about 1 meter left over, but instead of cutting it to length, what I am going to do is leave it on there. So I've got the ability to move around and use the crane while I'm not stood right next to the post. Now I was going to put the switch here. I thought keeping everything together with the ramp controls was a nice little idea, but in all honesty, this is where I keep my blue roll, and I've been doing that for quite some time. So I think I just want to keep that there. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to wire it in down here. Let's connect it all up. And this is as straightforward as it looks. We just got to plumb the cable in, and then we got the 4 connections from the original cable in the original colors, and we wrote down that guide on the wall to be able to match them up. So I've just put some ringlets on this one, and we're going to just swap them over. There we go. That's all wired in and secure. I didn't bother filming it because most of it was like this and you couldn't see what was going on. And to be fair, I was only screwing these 4 screws. And if you want to see screwing, there's better websites than this one. Let's put the back on and then we'll position it on the wall. And of course, to stick it to the wall, I'm with my good friend Guitar Pedal Board Velcro. Don't get any easier than that, does it? So the ramp is going to be connected to the same breaker on the fuse box as the 4-post ramp. So I've brought it down to this corner because that's where this connects to. So I've turned it off at the mains. I know that I've done that because this isn't lighting up when I switch it. Let's have a look and decide whether I'm gonna take it off at this end or put in a brake. One sec. Stay. Stay. Well, this is a no-brainer. These 3 connections here is live, neutral, and earth. So instead of cutting this wire, putting in a junction box and then connecting the ramp, I'm just going to put the ramp on ringlet connections to these 3 points, and it's going to save me a load of work. Let's do that. There we go. That was easy. It was just wiring it in. The worst bit was getting it through here. That was really tight because the power lead that I got is really chunky. Let's turn it back on and Right, let's see. Yeah! Oh yeah, that's not even noticed. I love it. Well, apologies for the flicking light, but I built it right next to one of the lights and I need it on to film it, so apologies for that. But what a great little build. That's a really cool little addition to the workshop. I've clearly got plans for this, and people who are following the Maris project might have a clue on what's going to be happening with it. To get things around and to help out downstairs, this is going to be a handy little bit of kit. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. This is all fitted and absolutely brilliant. Press the buttons down below, press the like button, press the subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. We'll see you in the next workshop video. There's only one thing left to do. Let's go. Ah!